Hey, it's Josephine, and this is that quilt some of you may be seen in the little short I did, but this is what my recovery project is, and in reference to finishing up projects that are taking up space, this bad boy had been just sitting in a lump over those blankets. So kind of since the starting of January, I had been aiming to do maybe like one to 5 buttons a day if I could, and I didn't always get to it every day, but definitely after I had my surgery, I'm now a full week post-op, I've been really working on getting like 10 to 20 buttons in, minus like the first day post-op. I just slept that day, but yeah, I'm trying to get about 10 to 20 buttons in. I think I'm leaning more so on 10, but yesterday I did a whole bunch of buttons, but what I did not do was finish like tying in the ends. I got the button on and then I just left everything here, so I need to either tie them off or also hide the little strands. Oh, here we go. Here's one I just didn't hide the strands inside it. So I will say it's not perfect, like right here. So do you see that? Ooh, okay, I didn't tie it off well enough, so it's got like loose loops. Not the end of the world. I will live with it like that, and if the button ever pops off, I will just be able to do it again. But kind of my thoughts is, in me getting into quilting and things, is I have a love for color and a love for very unique things, and also my grandmother gave me a whole bunch of fabric. So the fabric takes up space unless I use it, and to buy quilts takes up money, but to buy a little bit of thread if I need more color matching is a lot less money, so I'll make quilts. So everything here is stuff I've been able to get from my grandmother except for the binding, and the underside is actually a flat sheet. So this is for my middle child. I have already made a quilt for my oldest child. They're very similar except the patterning of where I lay down the order that I have done the fabric. And then instead of doing buttons for my first child, I did just running stitches for hand stitching. And then for my second child, he loves the buttons. So I have so many buttons I have not used. It's like, okay, why don't I use up my buttons in making this quilt for him? That is what I've been doing. So I have been able to use up so many buttons on this project. Awesome, clearing out a workspace. I've been able to use a lot of fabric. I don't even have enough of this same fabric to do anything like this for my third child. So as far as keeping it cohesive for the kids, I'm not quite sure what I will do for my third child's quilt, but we shall see, because I have a ton of fabric still. I haven't had to buy fabric in years. You know, I think the last time I bought fabric was to do Valentine's Day themed aprons. But yeah, I used a flat sheet for this. I did buy sheet sets. So I have 3 total sheet sets. I already got the 3rd matching sheet set for my youngest when I do eventually make them a quilt. And what I did was I took the flat sheet, I ripped all the seams out, and even extended it. So it's more of a twin XL length as opposed to just a twin length quilt. And I use that. That way, with the number of buttons I have here, with how I've done it, and I believe I hand stitched the binding on. I only machine stitched the pieces, the quilt top together. The sandwiching, the binding, I all did by hand. But that way it's all safe to go into the washing machine and can take a pretty good beating because I have the top loader with the agitator, yet still be pretty comfortable when they're sleeping. And because the flat sheet is just a part of the quilt, I don't have the issues of an extra comforter and flat sheet in trying to teach children under the age of 5 how to make their beds. So I have been trying to teach my oldest how to start straightening it out, and I think it'd be a bit more challenging if I was putting in flat sheets. And I think this is going to be very easy. I got a cotton set. My guess is it's going to last quite a while. So right now they have a white bunk bed, and I'm going to be making a blue bunk bed. My husband already cut all the wood, and that's going to be one of the next projects I'll be getting done. But I can't do the sanding yet, so I'm going to be sanding it, cleaning it, doing the stain, blue wood stain, and then he's gonna assemble it and everything. But I can't do that quite yet, but I can work on this in the meantime, and it'll all come together. I'm very excited. It's just doing things like this. It's a part of who I am. When I was dealing with the pregnancies and constantly having my body change, originally in regards to doing anything involving sewing, I did clothes, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense to do too much outside of some aprons because I wasn't fitting anything. And it's not just fitting, it's when you're having kids, the way you're shaped is also different. So even if I lost baby weight, I was still shaped different. And then I got pregnant again pretty quick. So I'm done having kids. I will be able to do more clothes soon. But as for right now, I need to finish this. And so before I start doing more clothing things too, I gotta get this done. I gotta do it. The other thing is I do have a few articles of clothing that need to be tailored or altered. They look okay, but they could look even more crisp. And that's another area where I'm going to exercise some more of my sewing skills. But I have some clothing that I opt not to wear, so it's taking up space. But if I alter it, then I'm going to wear it more, and it won't just be useless space taking. I don't know when I'm going to get to doing that, because I will need to take it on and off, flip it inside out, and everything, and I'm still not quite ready for that, but I can work on this. And I was thinking end of February I can probably finish this. And now I'm beginning to think, because I'm making some great progress, let's see if I can get it done by February 1st. Let's see, because then maybe I can start working on another quilting project. I have another quilt, super nerdy, geeky. It definitely does not fit with my current aesthetic as an adult, but it's the perfect movie watching quilt. I don't know if I'll pull that out yet. And for that, I would need to buy fabric. I need to buy either gray or silver fabric, and I am not ready to go to a fabric store. That's pretty much all I have to cover today. I'm making good progress on using up my glitter and my lotion. I do think probably end of February, those two smallest lotions I got are gonna be gone. But I'm able to sit more upright again, and I'm looking forward to sharing more projects. I'm going to start working on a bouquet for my sister's wedding coming up, and that will be fun. That'll be good. When I can really sit in my chair, then I'll get to really work on that. So it's tucked away, waiting for when I can like sit upright for at least like I think a good 2 hours in a row, because I am going to be working on painting it to elevate it, because it's just fake flowers. But yeah, if you have certain projects and they are just taking up space, do them, get them done. Then they won't take up space. Once this is done, it's going on my kid's bed. And I know he has another blanket that he's using, but the blanket he's using is the one I use in the living room on the couch, on the back of the couch, especially around February. It's red, just like that. Make it all themed. I don't know. I'm losing it. Anyways, thank you for making it to the end here with me and putting up with my shenanigans if you got this far. I'm very excited to get this quilt done. And part of why I'm posting about it, even though visually adding buttons is not gonna translate onto the screen very well, it does make me feel like I'm being held accountable. So I look forward to showing you the end product, and not only that, but then to let you know how it handled going into the washing machine. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.